AI integration development. Beyond vibe coding for production apps with DocuSign Assistant. What if your coding instincts were smarter than you think? The rise of vibe coding, writing code based on intuition and AI-generated snippets, has revolutionized software development. But here's where it gets controversial. When building integrations for production systems, relying solely on vibes can lead to costly mistakes. Let's explore how AI tools like DocuSign's Developer AI Assistant are reshaping the game, while also highlighting why human oversight remains non-negotiable. And this is the part most people miss. Even the most advanced AI can't replace your judgment when it comes to critical decisions like API architecture or third-party platform choices. Imagine this. You're tasked with connecting DocuSign workflows to Salesforce, but you're unfamiliar with the ecosystem. Traditional methods would involve sifting through mountains of documentation. Enter the DocuSign Developer AI Assistant, a Visual Studio Code extension currently in beta. https://developers.docusign.com/tools AI Assistant VS Code that bridges this gap. Unlike generic AI coding tools, it's trained on DocuSign's latest documentation, ensuring you get up-to-date guidance. But here's the catch. It's not a magic bullet. You still need to understand the fundamentals of API integration to use it effectively. Let's walk through a scenario. Suppose you want to write data from DocuSign to Salesforce. Instead of guessing which tools to use, you consult the AI assistant by typing @DocuSign in the GitHub Copilot chat. It presents two options. Using the DocuSign Apex Toolkit, https://developers.docusign.com/Salesforce, Salesforce101/Apex Toolkit, or an extension app, https://thenewstack.io/auto-read data into agreement workflows with DocuSign extension apps, paired with Maestro workflows, https://auto/developers.docusign.com/extension apps workflows. The assistant even provides direct links to documentation, saving you hours of research. But here's the twist. The AI doesn't just give you code. It explains why each solution works for your specific use case. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Is vibe coding safe for production? The answer depends on your approach. For prototyping, the Developer AI Assistant can generate code in your preferred language, like Node.js, that triggers workflows. However, early drafts might require tweaks. For example, hard-coding workflow IDs. With iterative feedback, the assistant refines the code to fetch workflow IDs dynamically via API. But here's the reality check. When you're ready to deploy, you'll need to implement proper authentication. The assistant can generate temporary access tokens for testing via @DocuSign get access token, but production systems demand robust authentication strategies. https://get-access-token. www.docusign.com/blog/developers/demystifying DocuSign. Within that context, the real power of this tool lies in its balance. It doesn't force you to abandon vibe coding, but encourages you to combine intuition with verified knowledge. Think of it as your AI co-pilot, guiding you through documentation, suggesting best practices, and catching potential pitfalls. However, this raises an important question. Should developers trust AI suggestions without verifying the latest documentation themselves? Or is this a case where human-AI collaboration creates the best outcomes? Here's my takeaway. AI-assisted development isn't about replacing expertise. It's about accelerating it. By using tools like the DocuSign Developer AI Assistant, you can reduce the friction of learning new platforms while maintaining control over critical decisions. But remember, the most successful integrations are built by developers who understand the why behind the code, not just the how. So, what's your take? Should we embrace AI as a learning partner, or does it create a false sense of security? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Tech moves fast. Don't miss an episode. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to stream all our podcasts, interviews, demos, and more. https://youtube.com/sub_confirmation1. The future of coding. What is vibe coding and how to use it effectively? Let's dive deep into the real purpose of vibe coding. The world of coding is about to change forever, and you're either riding the wave or risking being swept away. I'm not here to champion or criticize vibe coding, but I am here to ensure you navigate this shift safely. Vibe coding has officially entered the mainstream, as evident from the flood of articles hailing our new AI coding assistants. JoeProcopio.com/post, your personal AI tech lead at $200 a month, is a bargain with drawbacks. What once was the domain of software developers, early adopters, and visionary CEOs is now accessible to the everyday person. And this is where things get interesting and potentially chaotic. All hell is about to break loose. And I couldn't be more excited. Last month, I wrote about the pros and cons of using generative AI to handle your tasks. Vibe site, www.inc.com/JoeProcopio. Don't be IA's editor, /9120685. My suggestion, don't be I's editor. Instead, let AI be your editor. This idea struck a chord because it aligns with the foundational principles of AI, which date back to the 1980s, when a computer named Joshua nearly triggered a global nuclear war. https://wargames.fandom.com/Joshua. It's a concept that many AI enthusiasts have overlooked until recently, but here's where it gets controversial. While I understand the appeal of vibe coding, I also recognize the potential pitfalls. Having worked in this field since the 2000s, I've seen the evolution of generative AI firsthand. Here's my advice on how to join the vibe coding movement without running afoul of the law or common sense. Know your vibe limits. A young colleague recently approached me with grand plans to vibe code the next Shopify. "I'm going to solve all the problems and complaints with Shopify," he declared. "Vibe coding will let me build out all my ideas and create a better Shopify." While his enthusiasm is commendable, it's important to understand the scale of the challenge. Shopify has been refining its platform for nearly 2 decades, backed by substantial resources and a team of experienced developers. They're likely already leveraging AI to enhance their offerings. This is the part most people miss. It's not just about the technology. It's about the depth of expertise and the strategic vision behind it. Vibe coding, the new spreadsheet. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. Vibe coding is essentially a new abstraction layer on top of traditional coding, much like no-code and low-code platforms and even modern SaaS tools. Think of your HubSpot or Google Analytics dashboards. They're just user-friendly interfaces for complex data operations. Spreadsheets, too, were once revolutionary. When Apple released VisiCalc in 1979, it transformed how people manage data. It was like having 1,000 robots doing calculations for you. Over time, spreadsheets evolved into the backbone of modern business software, from ERPs to cloud-based systems and beyond. And this is the part most people miss. The magic of spreadsheets lies in their simplicity and versatility. They democratize data management, making it accessible to everyone. Similarly, vibe coding can democratize software development, putting powerful tools in the hands of non-technical users. Start your own party. There's a thrill in creating something from scratch, especially when you have the right tools. I remember the satisfaction of building my first spreadsheet for household budgeting. It was a game changer, and the principles I learned are still applicable today. This past weekend, I tried vibe coding myself. I built and launched a new product, JoeProcopio.com/sponsor, which started generating revenue immediately. It wasn't the next Shopify, but it was a tangible success. So pour me another shot. Just remember that the best parties often attract unwanted attention. Know when to say when. If you're serious about vibe coding, you'll need to handle sensitive data and ensure broad access. This raises significant privacy and security concerns that AI isn't equipped to address. You need to be vigilant. To create something truly valuable, you must deeply understand the processes and problems you're solving. as well as the solutions AI provides. If you don't grasp how AI resolved a specific issue, you won't be able to adapt it to new scenarios. AI is a hammer, and every problem looks like a nail. Balance your AI enthusiasm with a dose of caution and critical thinking. And if you think AI can replace the expertise of seasoned developers and business leaders, think again. You'll be the one left holding the bag when the authorities arrive. If you're planning to throw your own vibe coding party, shoot me an invite by joining my email list. https://joeprocopio.com. I can't guarantee I'll attend, but I'm eager to see what you create. The opinions expressed here are my own, and not necessarily those of Inc.com. The final deadline for the 2025 Inc. Power Partner Awards, https://incpowerpartners.secureplatform.com, is Friday, August 8 at 11:59 p.m. PT. Apply now. Inc. Power Partners Secure Platform.com. A.